tired, and he's probably too tired to continue because it's the first time that he starts at this level in Champions League against Liverpool. But he performed that well that I didn't want to substitute him because I needed him. Well, that's a big compliment you are giving him. Well, he deserves it because he was training really well for us. And I told him last week that we have to be honest that our midfield is strong. So coming back or other players being ill, Ismail created some space for him, and he took this opportunity with both hands. So now, Feyenoord or Juventus, it's not that fun, don't you think so? We already played Juventus. Feyenoord is a Dutch team, so no, I don't like it that much. Being in Europe, you hope for some exotic team like Liverpool. Well, there are some exotic teams in Europe. Yes, of course, I know. Juventus is a big exotic name, but we already played them, so it's more fun to play another one. But we are going to wait for the draw. If you have to choose... no, I don't have to choose because it's a draw. You're right there. Thanks for this, Peter. Congratulations. Going down 2-1. Also, during the break, how did you go into the dressing room? It's really a short amount of time. It's 15 minutes, and we had to see what we are not doing well the first half, what went wrong. There were some situations like the free kick, and then Stijn next to me told me, please take it easy, 2-2 at halftime, but then we still made it 3-2, so yes, it was insane. If you look at the overall situation, what would you highlight or mention as highlight? Something special or more the whole game? I wouldn't choose one specific moment. It's what we see in general is the image of a interesting, highly attractive game. Liverpool playing high pressure on us, but then they rested a little bit more, and we tried to change the system a little bit. And some crazy moments like defending a couple of moments, trying to play football, but we did well, but the other moments went really wrong. But look at the goal, Ismail, I really enjoyed it. Pepe told us he touched it, but let's look at it again. But I think it was really an attractive game. How do you look back at this group phase of the tournament? It changes. Because the feeling of the game against Brest, we lost, but I think it was unnecessary. At home against Sporting, we lost 2 points. We could have won. It was a good game, but at the end, we got 1 point against Paris. We won one. We played well against a great opponent. So maybe we had 1 point too much, but counting the other ones I just mentioned, we would have ended up in the first 8. So please, let's just be happy having 14 points, because before the tournament started, I would have signed and be happy with this result. So maybe if you look at the games and the results, that you would have said it would end it differently. Rick, are you ready for the question? Peter, congratulations. Before the game, there were some rumors about Noah Lang. He wasn't here. No, I never thought about any kind of transfer whatsoever. He was sick. So you weren't thinking about it in preparing this game? No, not at all. So how do you look at the current situation of your squad? Some things, some rumors about transfers. Are you worried about anything? No. I think that I've been at this club for 3 transfer windows, and we always ask ourselves, you and me, the same questions. Maybe other players, but having this system, each time you would see the same thing. So sometimes a transfer can happen, like we saw with Matteo, and other times it doesn't happen. This must give you a great feeling towards Saturday, right? Yes, of course. The feeling that we had after the game against NAC was okay. We won again. So this is also we bring this towards the next game. So Luc De Jong, the player, you benched him. Why? What was the reason? What was your reason? Well, maybe because Pepe played, not to give him rest. Luc has played almost every game. If he had played today as well, then you get close to the game against NEC. And if you have two great strikers, for the coach it can be hard, but for the players as well, and it makes it easier for me to bring in another great striker. The club might need some millions extra, or is it good and nice for you to see that all the players have almost the same level and that they can compete? Yes, of course. I can also mention Armando, that the players that who usually play on the right side today on the left side in a Champions League match against Liverpool, bring them in. But also Ismail playing as a left winger. That's really good, the way they performed. Yes. At the end of the game, we saw some gallery play. The crowd enjoyed. Did you like it? No, I hate it. This is what I don't want to see. I think it's totally out of order. It's like they are playing their rondo, but using their no look passes and stuff. No, if I were playing, I would have make heavily fall, and this is something that you shouldn't do. It's without respect towards the opponent. Have you mentioned it right after the game? No. I had to do some other things like being here, but yes, I will definitely tell them. Johan Bakayoko already mentioned that the coach wouldn't like this. Well, then he knows me quite well. He said to entertain the crowd. This is something that we like. No, but in another way. Of course, I think that we already entertained the audience right before they started to do these crazy things. Another question about Noah Long. Would you decide to let him go? I'm so happy that I'm not the sports director. I only have to think about my first 11 and who to play, and not to think about a transfer happening or not. But Noah, any position that we're talking about, so people say that we have quite a lot of players, but to be honest, I don't think so. So on any position that might happen, anything like a transfer, then we have to buy some other players, definitely. Rick Karsdorp, the player, hasn't played for a long time now. He came in. How do you look at his current situation? Yes, Karsdorp. Yeah. Rick, he came back from an injury. It's like trained a bit less with the team. I think it was quite well that he performed this amount of time during the game, and this is his characteristic. He's able to perform that well. This is his mentality, and we could see that today. How important is it with the important games coming up? We've been like a parasite because behind him we didn't have that many options. Maybe with Jerry playing one line backwards, but this guy has almost played everything, and that is really nice, and it's also a risk. So I am happy that he is back now, completely back. His shoulder is in shape, is in form, and he's an extra option for us. I think he came in quite calm. In ball possession, he was relaxed. That's nice, and we are getting to know him now a bit better, and I hope that he will continue the same way. Last questions? Short for you. As a Dutchman, how do you look at this new format of the Champions League? Well, the same thing goes for the Europa League, and slightly different in the other one. I think it's quite exciting. I like it. And at halftime, and also before the game, we spoke a bit about it, that there was a scenario that could turn out bad for us. And our assistant, we spoke about what games he had to look at during ours, but I wasn't looking forward that was sitting next to me like a commentator or pundit discussing the other games. But at halftime, when I went to the toilet, I saw that Zagreb was leading 1-0. We were conceding the goal 1-0, so you could imagine in theory that it can all happen. Then I saw that City was also losing 1-0. I saw it at halftime quite fast, but only I didn't hear anything about the other games, and we were our score was in our advantage. So we knew that we would go through in this tournament, and we have to look at it. And yeah, to reply to your answer or your question, yes, I like it. Yes. And who do you expect to play now? I guess there are some modules. It's mathematics. I don't know. At the start, I doubted the fact that you can only play an opponent once. You only play them once. So in the worst case scenario, you have to play them in an away game to the Brest and these kind of teams. So I was thinking about that, and I wasn't sure, but sometimes it's your advantage. I would say I would have liked to play Brest against in our home game, but away against Paris was in our advantage as well.